Hello, my name is Blasterton and welcome to the top 10 creations in Space Engineers. We'll start off number 10 with the Gungear Battle Cruiser. Has a nice design, some teeth at the front, pretty simple overall. Doesn't fly that well, but this is number 10, so it's not going to be too special. Hopefully I'll have another set of these top 10 videos, so alright, moving on to number 9. Welcome to the 9th creation in the top 10 list. This is called the Smart Station. It's built into the middle of an asteroid. I think it came out pretty soon after the game was released, which is impressive. As you saw back there, a landing station for some small ships, a landing pad for a ginormous ship attached to the knock, which is a nice detail. Pretty simple. Once again, the creations will get more complicated and less frame ratey as we go. So that's number 9. With most of the creations in this top 10 list, I base them and their ranking off of how they look aesthetically and visually. This one, it not only looks cool, but it has a really great use. So it's called Gravity Station. I think this is version 2. Basically, what you can do is you fly up, and on the inside, gravity just pulls in every direction from the inside to the outside. So you can just land wherever you want on this ship. And you can lock the thing on here, get out of the ship, and you can see it is attached. And it's going to stay there and it won't float away. And not only that, the gravity is holding it down. So if we take a look on the inside of this one really quickly. It's pretty massive. Has a gravity generator on each of the axis. And it's pretty fun just to turn your jetpack off and fly around. So, number 8, and now we will go to number 7. Yeah, it's this. If you know what this is, then you are probably a fan of or know about Doctor Who. It looks like the Tardis from Doctor Who. It flies like a big blue box, which, as you can imagine, is not that great. But anyway, number 7, based solely on visual appeal and because I've seen Doctor Who and I'm not biased whatsoever. Yay! This next creation is called Space Battleship Texas. Pretty sure it's number 6 on the list, and I'm guessing it has Texas in the name because it's big and everything big comes from Texas, and the death penalty. So, really bad maneuvering, really cool looking. It reminds me of World War II and Pearl Harbor, which I'm filming this on Veterans Day, so yay. But yeah, Space Battleship Texas, looking as battleshipy as ever. Starring Liam Neeson. Anyway, let's go on to number 5. Not a stranger to media involving space and space travel, I would like to introduce you to the Normandy, the frame rate killing monster. Yes, because it kills my frame rate absolutely so much, but that's what half the creations in this game do because they are all so large. This Normandy, from a distance, looks really great. Even up close, it looks really great. But as anyone who's played Mass Effect knows, Normandy I don't think is this big. If we fly my ship underneath here, not my ship because I didn't create any of this, I'm just profiting on the video by making a top 10 list, which takes no skill or talent whatsoever to make. We will see the insides looks absolutely nothing like the Normandy, but it's still cool, and it flies badly like almost every single thing on here, but the amount of hours put into this make me wonder what I'm doing with my life, even though I didn't make it. So yes, the Normandy. Number 5. Now on to number 4. Welcome to number 4. This is the Battle Cruiser. It is a modestly built ship. Not too special, not very colorful, but it is one of the best maneuvering ships in this list, if not the best maneuverable ship. You can see docking area in there as is required by all large ships, I think. Plenty of turrets. I think if this went against Space Battleship Texas, this would win. Hands down, this would destroy it. which is why it is number 4 on the list. Let's see, get up to speed slowly at 7 frames per second, sometimes dropping to 654. So this is also a frame rate killer, possibly more than the Normandy. But it looks cool. It looks like, what does this look like? Some type of spaceship, I guess, which is what it's supposed to look like. But in any case, let's go look on the inside a little bit, because I haven't shown the inside of anything really. Soon we will get to number 1 on the list, which all of these items you can look in the description to see the creator and the link to the Steam Workshop page if you have any interest in downloading them. Possibly your computer runs a lot better than mine and can handle them. But I want to get to number 1 soon enough, not next, but soon. And yeah, you'll see what that is. You'll see. So let's move on to the next. Entry number 3 on this top 10 list consists entirely of this little section of box stuff right here. Nope, you didn't see that. There's nothing over there. So, yep, this is it. Little green area here. As you can see, the detail that has gone into these textures is absolutely phenomenal. Look at how this green is slightly different from this other green. Isn't this beautiful? This makes Call of Duty Ghost probably one of the best looking games on the genre, and by the genre I mean all of video games period right now. This makes that look like utter garbage. Like, sometimes video games are so beautiful that I want to cry. Oh, whoa, what's this? It's actually a real ship, and I was kidding. What a surprise. Yeah, so this is number 3 on the list. It's really cool. Once again, based totally and completely and solely and entirely on visuals, because it just... how else do you do this? Because... yeah, anyway, this is my 5th time trying to get this filmed, so whatever, I'm going to film this right now, and this is going to be in the video. And you're going to be like, man, this is garbage, I don't even care. But I don't care either. Number 2, come on. Okay, this is number 2. And out of all the entries on the list, I think this is by far my favorite. And you're thinking, wait, if this is by far your favorite, why is it number 2? And it's because visually, it doesn't look like much. It's just, no one even cares what this looks like. But its uses are so amazing. Here, if you can't guess what it does, that's what it does. That's what it does. Look, there's another one way out there, and another one way out there. This is just absolutely beautiful. I love this. This is actually, if you've seen any of my other videos, I typically just mess around with gravity, and I think this is what started me wanting to just mess around with gravity, because it's just so absolutely perfect. It's by far the most useful creation on this list, and quite possibly and honestly the most useful creation out of this game so far, because it's just absolutely wonderful. And if there are any of these that you should try and download, because the frame rate is really great on this one. I'm getting a solid 30 frames per second because it doesn't take up, the size of 4 times this asteroid right here. It's just really great, and I recommend buying this game just to use these gravity tubes, because I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say. If Christoph Waltz was here and talking, he would eloquently say something wonderful, but I'm not Christoph Waltz, so you're left with this, and it's just wonderful. So download it and play it. So that's number 2. Now on to number 1, which I may have to do something strange to show you number 1 because of my computer. So, yeah. This massive yellow creature you are looking at is number 1 on the list. Congratulations, whoever made it. I'll have your name in the description and a link to it on the workshop, Steam Workshop. But I don't know if you can tell, the frame rate is already bad. I'm at 12 frames per second just from loading it up and being a distance away. I can't go inside the station, sadly, so you have to admire it from the outside. When I go into the station, it almost crashes my computer. It's that. And there's another station over there, giant. Whoever built this knows what they're doing, and it's absolutely wonderful. So if you have a good enough computer, go and download this and explore it, and tell me how it is. Which maybe I shouldn't have rated it number 1 if I can hardly go inside. But I mean, just look at it. Let's move. Okay, solid 12 frames per second. Keeping it solid. Alright, this reminds me of something wonderful. That's what it reminds me of. It's just number 1, baby. And one thing that's like on a serious note is someone made this just like with their time. It's like, oh, spend a few hours and make something in Space Engineers. We live in a world now where there are things called video games, and you can go in and make whatever you want, as opposed to even 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 100,000 years ago, 4 billion years ago, back when Earth was just forming, which is cool because now we're back into space, and then 14 billion years ago, around, well, when the universe was starting. So it's like the universe started and then made stars, and then they exploded and made things that made things where you can make things in them that simulate the universe. That's like one of the things where it's like, oh, the brain is thinking of itself or something, the brain, whatever, that stupid thing. But yeah, really philosophical from number 1 here, coming at you live from YouTube. So, thank you for watching the top 10 video. I'm sure you've grown to love my personality and everything about me and these creations by the end, so yeah, have a good day.
Hello,
so my last
welcome
creation
to
was
my gravity loop.
A gravity loop that
wasn't
is now
very
complete
good
and looking very pretty.
Because I really